Here we are on Red Dead Redemption 2. This is going to be quite the test because this game is very demanding. I'd like to emphasize here that I don't have the fastest RAM. I'm only using 4800 megahertz RAM. That's all I had on hand because I wanted to run it in dual channel. So I have two sticks, 16 gigabytes, 4800 megahertz RAM. But this CPU does support 5200 megahertz RAM and 5600 megahertz RAM that actually came with the device. And while memory speed doesn't make a huge difference with day-to-day like Windows stuff, like you can notice it, but not really, it does make a huge difference with iGPU gaming performance. So here's our settings again, obviously 1080p like I said, no FSR right now, and we're on high textures, 4 times for filtering there. I turned everything else to low, occlusions on medium, and TAA on medium. Oh, I thought we were gonna need FSR like to even get this game to work, but apparently not. Wow, I mean, you can play like this. This is like last gen console, like you're at 40 FPS. Not even 30 FPS, you're at 38. Like, I'm pretty sure that last gen I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure last gen consoles ran this game at 30. Okay, relax. Okay, well, that's running significantly better than I anticipated. I thought this game was going to be like a real killer. Throw a little bit of FSR, because I mean, 35 FPS is fine, but you might want 45 or so. That's usually what's I find to be pretty good. So yeah, so this is just quality FSR, the lightest FSR here, and huge jump in performance. 1080p. I don't know why the VRAM says 275. That's not right. Just ignore that. This is not using 275 megabytes of VRAM. There's no way. Yeah, really good performance. 45 average FPS, high textures, 1080p with just the lightest FSR. You could turn the FSR up more if you wanted and get even better performance. But, you know, I think most people, the fact that you're playing on an iGPU, Red Dead Redemption 2, 1080p, they'll be happy with 45 FPS. I mean, balance, you can start to tell that it's on. A little bit, it gets a little bit blurrier, but yeah, look at that. It's, you know, now we're getting close to 60, not quite 52, but I mean, it's an iGPU again, and it's not even the best one that AMD has right now. It's kind of their budget offering. So you can pick up like, you know, you pick up a budget IdeaPad or a ThinkPad or, you know, something like that, or an HP, and you know, they just have a little iGPU in it like this. And your boss thought by not buying your gaming laptop they were going to limit your ability to play games, but joke's on them. They got you an AMD, and so now you can play AAA games at 1080p and get 50 FPS in a demanding title. So yeah, stick it to the man, I guess. So here we are in Hogwarts Legacy. Just try 1080p medium, see what we can get. It's probably going to be like more of a low type situation. This is an extremely demanding game. VRAM is doing okay. We have 4 gigabytes on board for the iGPU. Let's just try low. You can try some FSR later, but here we go. 1080p low is much better. Again, this is a very demanding area. It's a very demanding area, and we're close to 40. This is much more reasonable. The fact that you can play Hogwarts Legacy at 1080p, like we're not going down to 720 or anything, and get playable frame rates, which this is. The 0% lows are 22. Frame rate is obviously going to go up when we get out to areas like this, but so this is 1080p with just the lightest FSR, quality FSR, and this is what you're going to want to do, to be honest. You could play native, but you're around 30. Here we're at like 48 on average. Again, I play my PS5 on it's balanced mode in this game. That's how I primarily play this game on my PS5. Balanced mode sits at around 45 FPS, and I like it. So I mean, this is like PS5 console FPS. Obviously, the graphics are lower, but again, this is a Ryzen 5 iGPU, not even the Ryzen 7. So the 780M would do better. You'd probably be able to get a little bit more performance. So now we're on balanced FSR. Actually, it still looks pretty good. And again, 1080p low, obviously. But now our frame rates are like, now we're getting into serious frame rates here. 53 on average in Hogsmeade. If you've played this game, you know this area is very demanding. The 0.1% lows are good. I would actually play on quality because most of the time you're not going to be in the most demanding areas, and it's still giving you like 50 FPS. Come out here, you're up to 56, 55. Yeah, so I mean, extremely impressive. This is an iGPU. Like, you can find this thing in like an Ultrabook. Here we are in Horizon. We're at 1080p. Native. We'll start with native. Let's just try original. I don't know if it's going to work, but yeah, we'll see what we can do here. Might be a little rough. 1080p original. Oh, it's actually getting 30. So again, like last gen console, if you have like a PS4 or whatever, this is what you'd be getting in this game. Anyways, I think the PS4 Pro might be targeting 60, but I think the normal PS4 performance, let's just see how this performs. I think we're going to probably do okay here, maybe get like 40 FPS or so. Yeah, so low. This game looks fine on low. It doesn't make a huge difference. It looks good regardless. And this is significantly more playable. 36 versus, straddling at 30 and below. The game looks, like I said, it looks fine on low, so looks pretty good. I think this will really push us up quite a bit. So yeah, quality, FSR, low presets. This is now quite playable. I mean, now we're at 57 average FPS. 56, it'll go up and down, but 39 for the 0.1% lows, 46 for the 1%, 55 on average. It's very good performance. 1080p low, but with just the quality FSR. You could throw on more and get more FPS if you cared, but I think this is probably fine. I mean, impressive. Let's try balanced. So balanced FSR, 1080p, low. And like I said before, the game looks great on low. Does not look bad whatsoever. It's a very good looking game. Look at this performance. I mean, I have a Steam Deck and that has, there's like, can't get this kind of performance. And that's a 800p screen. I'm playing at 1080p.